today I'm gonna be bringing you guys something from Formuler called Formuler CC. Now, if you haven't checked out some of Formular's devices, they've had some great stuff. Check the description below. I always leave links on how to purchase this. Send them a message, join their group, say Rohas sent me. Hook me up with a Formular device. They got a lot of good stuff. Now, I usually have a couple of these in stock, so if you want one of the ones that I test out, shoot me an email, rohasentertainment@gmail.com. My information is always in the description below, so that way you guys can check it out. Now, let's jump straight into this because I know a lot of people are really interested on this CC, and I got to tell you guys, like this device looks actually pretty good. It has a lot of key features on here, so I'll just go ahead and show you guys. There's a lot of things here that it's claiming: Android OS, Widevine level 1, 4K, 60 frames per second, and HDR10, dual band 2x2 MIMO. It's got the quad core, 16 gigs of storage, 2 gigs of DDR4 RAM. So pretty good. It's, 4K UHD hybrid, and you could get over the air channels. Now, the one thing I will say is it does seem like they did save money on the packaging, which typically I'm always excited to see when they have good packaging. So the package just looks like a standard box, nothing fancy. They kind of stamped a couple things here and there. But when you open it, it just looks like a basic Android Chinese box. It just looks very basic, like they went to save money on the packaging. Now, some people really don't care about packaging. I do. And I'll even say this: you'll see some of the things behind me, and if you look at my wall back there, you'll see a couple things that I actually will display up there, and some of them are just empty boxes because the box is pretty cool. So for example, like you'll see this box right here, that silver box, it says join the escape. That's from Soundcore. It's a very cool box. I think there's like a little tiny guitar that it came with, and it looks like a little disc. There's nothing in there. A box is cool, packaging is cool, so I keep some of the stuff. Now, some people normally, once they get it, trash. So let's jump straight into the device and see exactly what you get in the box, and then we're going to look at the specs. So here we go. Here is your stuff. So first off is you get your Formular quick start guide, very simple, easy read. You get your power supply, your power brick. This thing feels good. It doesn't feel cheaply made, nothing at all. It feels like quality. Very nice AC power adapter. You do get an IR receiver. Now, with the IR receiver, it is recommended to use it, especially if you have a lot of things connected to your TV and you don't want interference. Use something like this so that way your remote can connect to it better. Now, here is your HDMI cable. Now, on the cable, it does say high-speed Ethernet HDMI cable. So we're going to be testing this sucker out to make sure that you do get that quality. So we're going to go check it out. I normally just say, whatever cable you get, use it for now. Buy yourself a better one later. So there you go. You do get 2 batteries from Changhong. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the manufacturer for that box, but Changhong is going to be the 2 batteries that you do get. Now, the remote, check this out. This is their very popular remote. Everything on this remote is really nice and works really good. Even some instructions here on how to set up a couple things. So it doesn't feel cheap, it feels quality. And so if you haven't checked out the remote, make sure you do check it out. The one thing I do like, it has like a little like bevel right there, and when you hold it, it just feels right there. Even when you reach up to the top on the numbers probably won't be something that you won't be using that much. It's going to be more down here, all these buttons. So they kind of did this very smart that they put everything where you're going to be holding it. So here is your button, your OK, and that's where you're going to be holding the remote. So very nice and very smart how they thought about that. Now, here is the device itself. Check this out. For one, I like how they have the Formular within, like it's almost engraved into this. I love this feel. It's almost like a rubbery feel at the top. That's kind of hard to describe. It doesn't feel plastic, but I'm pretty sure it is plastic. And then you just have a different finisher on the side. So it looks like you do have a light. It says Formular on the side. Now, when you do turn it, you'll get nothing here, and then you'll get to the back here. So you'll have your power, you have your landline, your HDMI, then your USB 2.0, your antenna in cable, your IR receiver, so that's where you're going to put this in, and then your 3.0 USB. Nothing at the bottom besides a bunch of holes. That way you get plenty of breathing space. Really good. I'm telling you, it feels quality. Like you do have a little bit of weight on this thing. It does feel pretty good. So I'm actually very, very excited. I like the design, how they did it. It's very unique and different from most other Android devices. So yeah, let's go ahead and connect this sucker in and see exactly how this works. Now here we go. I always like to connect the power right before I flip over to the screen here. So I want to see if you guys could see a light right there. So there's the power going in. There's that light. So it looks like it's like a pink light, and then it turns white. So there you go. It's got a nice little light right there. And let's come here to the capture card. So there you go. Looks like it's starting to fire up. And there you go. It's kind of weird how I did the little thing like that. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and I'm going to give it a second to see. Maybe I have to go through the couple steps. So yeah, really strange how it's doing that. So I'm going to go ahead and hit English, hit OK. Now it's going to select the network, and I'm going to go ahead and select my Wi-Fi. So there we go. I just set up my Wi-Fi, and I was getting that weird little distortion thing. It was kind of strange. So select region, America, and then LA. Use 24-hour format. I'm going to hit no, and then I can use the type of date that I want. So really easy, very simple to set up the steps. So it was really strange how it did that whole thing where it was just kind of like staticky. So I think it was just trying to connect everything to it. So there is going to be a upgrade right here already telling me like, hey, start your upgrade. And there it is for you to do it. So I'm going to hit the back button because I'm not going to want to do this right now. And here is everything that you get. So everything is there. You could do your software update. I'm going to do a whole other video on more of the specs with this thing. But let's go ahead and look at more of the settings on this thing. But this is not the video for that. We're going to look at the specs and see everything that you do get within the device. All right, so here we go. This is an app I like to use called IDA64. Really, really good stuff here. So first off is you can see exactly that this thing is using, it's called Formuler CC Big Fish, and you'll see it right next to me right there. Device, it has the HI and then a bunch of numbers. The hardware is Big Fish. You will see the internal storage. It advertises 16, but you're left with a little bit over 12 gigs of internal memory. Now, when it comes to your RAM, you get 2 gigs of solid RAM, Bluetooth version 4. So very good stuff there. If I come down here, this is a quad core ARM Cortex A53 at 2000 megahertz. It's pretty good, 64-bit ARM V8. So that's actually very, very nice. If you come here to the display, picks up the HDMI cable is 1920 by 1080. The GPU is going to be the Mali 450MP. So good stuff there. Now, when I do get it stock, it is running Android 7. So maybe after the update, it might have been pushed to Android 9, not sure. But as of right now, this says Android 7, API levels at 24. So there you go. And also the device is not rooted. People typically want to know if the device is rooted or not. So here you go. This is probably the most important thing that you would ever want to know about decoders. What decoder does it have for this thing to run 4K? So here you got your AVC, this is for your video decoders, HEVC, MP4, MPEG-2, you got VP9, VP8, AVC, Vorbis. You got tons of really, really good ones right here. For some reason, it is out of order though. So kind of curious why they do have it out of order. So right there on the audio side, they got the MP3, you got your MLAW, your ALLAW, your Vorbis, Opus, RAW. You got tons of stuff there. So everything looks pretty good. It looks like it's going to be, there's your H.264, which will be able to run the 4K easily. H.263 is great also, MPEG-4. Just tons of good stuff. Now, the one thing I will say is, it looks like there is a glitch that's happening over and over and over. And that's probably because I have to do that update, because one of the things it did address was some crashes that the device was having right out of the box. So I'm going to go ahead and do that after this, and then I'll do a whole separate video if it fixed the crash or not. It does look like it has everything that you want and everything that you're going to need. It looks like it's going to work just fine. So stay tuned to more of these videos. I'm going to be breaking them down pretty good. I'm going to be showing some 4K quality, make sure it does work, some speed tests. Speed tests are so important with these things. Make sure you guys do get that speed test. So let me know what you guys think. Have you guys checked out the Formuler CC device? Does it work for you? Now, the great thing about this thing is, if you didn't know, this thing, you could put an antenna in, and you can get free over-the-air channels. These are just free channels that are out there. Just plug in the antenna, and you're going to be able to get some free channels. So very, very easy to find that on Amazon. I'll leave all that information in the description below, as always. And yeah, with all that being said, you guys take care of each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.